Okay, let's talk about apostrophes, those little marks we use. We use them for contractions and we use them for possessives. I want to talk about how those two things are distinct. Well, what's a contraction? A contraction is just putting two words together. So instead of saying I am, you say I'm. Instead of saying he has not, you say hasn't. That's a contraction. What's a possessive? Something that indicates, obviously, that something possesses another thing. Now, what are the rules for essays? Well, in essays, we do not use contractions. Okay? Just a hard and fast rule. So, this would be wrong. Don't say I'm going to school. Don't say it's going to be cool. Say I am going to school. It is going to be cool. Now, that should be an easy rule because you just never use contractions in a literary criticism essay. Where things get a bit more sticky are possessives. You should absolutely be using possessives in a literary criticism essay. So how do we use possessives? Well, usually you do an apostrophe S to show that something has possession. So instead of it is Johnny's movie, you need that apostrophe in there to indicate possession. So don't obviously say Hawthorne's prose is complex. This would be a plural form of Hawthorns, like multiple Hawthorns. An apostrophe after Hawthorne and then an S would be that the prose which belongs to Hawthorne is complex. That's totally fine. Now, where students get even more mixed up about this apostrophe use is it. Okay? It is a special case. Normally, for most words, if we put apostrophe S after that word, it's to indicate possession. Not the case with it. With it, because it's a pronoun, using an apostrophe S would be a contraction for it is. So do not touch that banana, it is rotten, is what you would be doing. Of course, you would never do this in an essay, because you don't use contractions. So what you would do is you would say, do not touch that banana, its peel is rotten. And its is a special case where to be possessive, you don't use an apostrophe. Whereas for most possessives, you do use an apostrophe. Complex, that's right. So how do you avoid it? How do you avoid this problem of it being hard to memorize? Well, you could just memorize how to do it. But if you really want an easy tip, don't use its. Because you could probably just use the actual noun. Okay? You could probably just use the banana's peel is rotten. And then you don't have to worry about that special case of its. Alright? So know when to use your apostrophes, know when not to use an apostrophe. If you're trying to make a contraction, stop yourself. If you're trying to make a possessive, go right ahead.